With this meeting today, we inaugurate a new era in our bilateral relations, and I'm sure that given our political will to mutually cooperate in order to enhance and deepen this cooperation for tolerance, we are in front of common challenges, common endeavors, and common threats. And this is what brings us closer to each other. I'm more than happy to be here all along with you and our friends from Italy and Latvia.
To the members of the DOJ press, we have visitors from another country. Thank you all for being here. It has been a pleasure to welcome so many of my colleagues and counterparts to Washington, D.C. for this week's important ministerial meeting. Now, over the past 2 days, we have discussed the considerable work that's currently enabling the United States and the EU to coordinate on common threats, in addition to the steps ahead that we can and must take together in the days ahead. Importantly, we also discussed a number of steps that the United States and the EU and its member states can take together to address the issue of foreign terrorist fighters, including through information sharing, investigations, and prosecutions, and countering violent extremism. As our discussions have shown, in all of these areas, we can succeed only as partners. And I'm happy to have partners such as these on both sides.
Europe and the United States are long-standing allies and partners. We share the same fundamental values, namely freedom, peace, democracy. Our joint meeting here yesterday and today is another concrete example of how together we can be more effective in upholding and defending our common values. Needless to say, the relations between the European Union and the United States in the justice and the home affairs area are very rich and reflect the strategic character of our partnership. Not surprisingly, our meeting this morning with Attorney General Eric Holder and his team was very successful, very positive, very friendly, and very productive. I also had a very fruitful meeting yesterday with the Homeland Security Secretary, Jake Johnson, which helped make today's meeting a real success. Today, as it was said before, we discussed the future of the European Union-US relations in the justice and home affairs area, which we intend to further develop and strengthen during the next 5 years. The two main topics in the home affairs area in our agenda were the foreign fighters phenomenon and organized crime. Both are burning issues in Europe and in America, and both integrate aspects of our cooperation stretching into areas such as security, information exchange, border management, and visa policy. We looked into how we can better exchange information involving Europol and to see how our respective law enforcement agencies can better cooperate and use the available tools even more efficiently. In Europe, our law enforcement agencies have a strong track record. Just yesterday, as you know, in Cologne, Germany, 9 people suspected of supporting ISIS and other extremists were arrested. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the German authorities for their excellent work. The arrests in Germany also underscore the importance of our joint work here today. We both recognize the necessity to strengthen our cooperation and coordination. In fact, it's a prerequisite if we want to succeed in containing ISIS and foreign fighters. Again, in the context of foreign fighters, we touched on its impact on mobility between European Union and the United States citizens. The European Union is following closely the discussion in the United States, and especially those who are calling for a more restrictive approach towards the visa waiver program. I fully understand these concerns. Nevertheless, I sincerely hope that all relevant authorities will offer a proportionate response to this issue at hand, which will not hinder the travel of travelers of good faith. I also hope that our common work on the enlargement of the visa waiver program will not be affected, and that we will soon achieve full reciprocity between the European Union and the United States. Full visa reciprocity should become a tangible example which underscores the importance of our strategic partnership. Moreover, in the absence of my colleague, Commissioner Vera Jourova, I also discussed with my American colleagues a number of justice-related issues. We focused primarily on data protection issues and the ongoing umbrella agreement negotiations. We shall be more than happy to see the United States adopting legislation on judicial redress, and that we finalize all the other open points in our negotiations. On behalf of the European Commission, I look forward to a close and constructive relationship with Attorney General Holder and his successor, as well as with Secretary Johnson.
Brian Beery, Europolitics. Question for the Commissioner on the visa waiver program. How realistic is it that you can get reciprocity with all the member states included when, in fact, the pressure is in the opposite direction to restrict the program?
The answer is very simple. That's why we're here. And I was very clear before when I talked about visa waiver and ESTA and all these issues. What is our vision? What do we want to do in the future to adopt the principle of reciprocity at all levels? And we really want to see one day Europeans to travel towards the United States without any bureaucratic obstacle, the same way the American citizens are traveling to Europe. There are major security concerns. We share this sensitiveness with the American authorities. And during these 2 days, we talked a lot about it. But the answer is very clear. We're here to find a solution on this issue. Our discussions were based on mutual respect and good faith, with full recognition of the reality with which we are confronted today. But on the other hand, as I told you, we must focus on the future. And what I said before is our vision. And let's hope that this day is not far away from today.
Evan Perez from CNN. I would like a reaction from the European ministers, perhaps, at the U.S. Increasing the requirements for information that travelers must provide as part of the visa waiver process. If you can give us your reaction to the increased requests for information from people who qualify for these visas. And
I understand that in order to make this program more successful, we all need more information. But it's good for you to know that in Europe, there are two basic principles upon which the European edifice is built: respect of fundamental rights and privacy. Now we have to put together these two elements. It's not an easy thing to do, but what guides us are the principles. And here we are, to talk with the American administration and government. How can we find the best solution? Let me tell you something that comes spontaneously as an answer. All these measures to be taken should not become obstacles for the free movement, as I said before, between Europe and the United States of America. I cannot imagine visa coming back in Europe. We must defend and protect an achievement that we had together, this ESTA. ESTA is very successful, and it has given very tangible, positive results in the way it functions. The fact that we are in front of a new reality, it is sure that it puts us all in front of the responsibility to enhance this program by providing even some more information, but information that will not touch the heart of the principles and the values of the European democracies.
Look at me, Bob.